right? You and I, we talk about all the time, right? We love casting duos, but there's just something special about when it's just you, the game, solos, competition, the way Battle Royale was meant. Dare I say, quote Dr. Lupo, the ultimate Battle Royale experience.
There's just no room for error in solos. There's no, buddy there, no battle buddy to come pick you up when you get dropped, when you get sniped for making error. You can't make a mistake. And we saw this earlier today. And Dr. Lupo is not.
He's not old.
Hey, that man out there.
He's just a little elderly. That's all it is. As am I. So, what a game that was. And I understand, though, we actually have Cam standing by with a special announcement. Sundown, what's up?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Golden Boy and Monster. And while we're here in the midst of the largest Fortnite event in history, you're probably wondering what comes next. Well, as we said before, competitive Fortnite isn't going anywhere. Once Season 9 wraps up and we move into our next season, we'll be debuting the Fortnite Championship Series. This will give players a chance to compete against the best of the best, where every single result matters, with a leaderboard to track results over the course of the season. Follow your favorite players on their quest to become the first season champions with millions of dollars at stake. Now, this is just a taste of what's to come, as we also plan on stepping up our competitive efforts across the board. So, keep your eyes peeled for more news as you root on your favorite competitors in the back half of the matches. Golden Boy, Monster, back to you, gentlemen.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't even know that was coming. Oh, look at you. That was pretty dope. Fortnite Championship Series?
Can I just say, did you hear that? Every placement matters. Wait, is this something you guys have been wanting or something like that?
Oh, this is awesome stuff there. It's obviously not going to stop, and we're glad that that is the case. But focusing on what's at hand right now, Fortnite World Cup Finals here in New York City. And just a reset here. I'm Golden Boy along with Monster D-Face, and this has been quite the day. 3 games so far, did not disappoint. In Game 1, we ended up seeing a huge victory from Buga, who managed to pull it away in glorious Sky in game number 2, just out-positioning Dubs. But Dubs got his redemption and picked up a game 3 win just now. He said with Jordan that he wanted to remain consistent. He's been playing baller play. There's a lot of strategies that players can implement here in competitive Fortnite.
Yeah, you saw Dubs game 1 tried to get a little bit opting in to take that fight over by the Greasy Lake, and it did not pay off. So he took his lesson, took his little, spanking, I dare say, right there. He's like, all right, you know what? I'm just going to stay away from that guy. You got to respect him on that rotation. He switched it up, and now he's finding himself in endgame. And that is the kind of adaptability you have to have as a Fortnite professional. Yeah, it's necessary. 4-time qualified solo player is Dubs. And what I mean by that, when he qualified the first time for this event right here, he queued up again. Each week the solos competition was available. Did again.
And did it again. And then did it again, and then did it again. That's how good he was. Everyone doubted him. No one knew who this kid was. And then he shocks the world. That, my friend, is undisputed. But the next game is going to start up. Game 4 about to begin. New York City, come on, let me hear you. It's about to start. It's about to kick off. These players need your energy. The battle bus is getting loaded. And look at everyone in the stands. What about that Marshmello concert earlier today? Incredible stuff, that live performance from him. You love to see it, but this has been a wild day thus far.
Now the question is, can Bugga, Sky, and Dubs continue to hold their lead? We saw King fall out of the running last game, and it set him back 4 placements.
That's right. That's right. King is going to be someone we have to keep a keen eye on. Not a king eye, a keen eye on.
Keep a king eye on him, too, because
why not?
A king out there.
He really is, man. I think someone on the Fortnite competitive Reddit said, if you have that name and you take out a player like Tfue, you got to live up to it.
That's right.
You got to live up to it. But there's the standings once again to get you all up to speed. Bugga still holding on to his first place position. Skype and Dubs right behind him. Dubs behind Skype by 1 point only. And this is the spread of the island thus far. Paradise Ponds. Some players are going to start to land over there in just a little bit.
Dude, Frosty Flights, what is going on there? I see 7 arrows or so just outside of where Dubs is currently positioned. Dubs, our last match winner, in great fashion. You can see he's playing the crack shot house here, where tons of chests spawn.
I'm also noticing over at the block, I saw another player there. I did not expect that, another body by the block, but he ended up disengaging out of there. And Clarity G off screen, Legendian as well. They're going to be some of the first to fall in game 4.
Here's a nice little fun fact. 46 of 68 points were scored in the online opens through Dub's placement strictly. So he definitely knows how to get to endgame. We already know him as one of the most mechanically gifted players, especially with his duo partner Mega, who, by the way, they're both qualifying. One of the only teams that are full qualified. And
sitting right next to one another as well, as you saw when Dubs picked up the win. His first person to congratulate him, his teammate Mega. Now, Rux, there you go. That's what I want out of Rux. At the start, Arkrum, that is a big elimination. Shaking the head, shaking the head.
Feels bad, man.
Oh, and
when friends collide, ouch.
Yeah, that is a rough one. Then you got Nix and Niddle. Nix, a Brazilian player. He was clinical during the qualifiers. Always seeing him in the top 10 each and every week that he played. Everyone in the region, everyone in the Brazil region knows how good Nix is. There's one player right below him, and maybe Niddle is going to experience that for himself. Nix does have that life lead here. We'll have that shield advantage. Niddle a little weak on the HP side as well.
Listen, Nix is here to show why he's the first qualified solo and duo player from the Brazilian region. There's only a few players who have the title of being fully qualified or double qualified for the competition here. Nix is one of them.
He's hearing all that movement up above him. Niddle does have the high ground for the time being. He goes in for the challenge, and that's Nix doing it for the region, doing it for Brazil. More cowbell, please.
Nix versus Niddle. Nix comes out on top. He wiggles his finger at the camera and says, no, no, not today. Snobby Shores is his home here.
And the good news is he won't get eliminated right away. He does a little motion to the camera. I love you, buddy.
You know, no instant karma for him.
No instant karma for him.
Ah, Vams, explique-moi un truc. Comment tu fais pour l'agrandir là?
One of our few players representing the Asian region here.
Japan as well, 15 years of age. Got a lot of great players from Japan that have joined us in New York City this weekend.
Tons of young competitors. We saw a great performance from Sinnoh, O-King yesterday, but Let White get Twins, they've really been going at it here and in Paradise Palms.
Attends, vas-y, on va quitter. T'as vu ça, Chichi? Le problème, c'est qu'après, j'arrive pas à l'avoir. Tu vois, je peux pas le mettre. Oh, Chichi. Va dans le salon. Appuie sur option.
Appuie sur Fortnite World Cup et tu verras. Après tu patientes, il y a des petits burgers, un bail dans le genre.
Je vais sur quoi? Je vais sur compétition.
Tu cliques sur Fortnite World Cup en haut à droite.
Mais je l'ai pas moi ça.
Ton écran d'accueil. Ah oui, tu l'as pas.
Attends.
C'est comme si tu cliques.
Oh, Chichi, faudrait pas que je relance.
Je sais pas.
Faudrait pas que je relance le jeu?
Bah, j'essaye.
Vas-y, j'essaye, attends. Salut Bambi FR. Non mais moi j'ai envie de le look en grand, tu vois, Chichi, j'ai pas envie de le... J'ai pas envie de le look en petit, tu vois. En plus c'est impressionnant comment il joue. Je regardais la game d'avant, Star, voilà, l'autre il lui a mis ces trucs dans la tête. Ouais, je sais, Vams. Ça, d'avoir Chichi comme modo, ça j'en sais rien. Mais en tout cas, j'ai de la chance d'avoir du monde derrière qui peut m'expliquer comment on fait. Mais regarde, tu vois, c'est pareil. J'ai pas moi tout ça. J'ai toujours pas ces trucs. Yo Zeus, comment tu vas? J'avais même pas vu Zeus vert en plus. Là ils me le mettent pas. Tu vois, je peux pas. Ouais, dans la compétition. Ouais, détail. Et je peux rien faire d'autre. T'as vu ça, Vam, c'est pas. Je peux rien faire d'autre. Et tu vois, je suis obligé de lancer un créatif pour pouvoir regarder. Regarde, je vais te faire montrer. Je suis obligé de lancer un créatif. Il n'y a que là où je peux regarder. Et encore, ça me met en petit. Attends, j'ai même pas changé la miniature. Tu vois, il n'y a que là que je peux le voir.
Being honest, that's how you take first place.
Voilà, tu
You
vois,
put
Chichi,
it
il y a
all
que là
out
que je peux
there.
le voir.
Go big or go home.
Everything goes in your favor, honestly.
Go big or go home. King of fight over on the mountain there. Tuzi's next to him as well as Keenstar. And King, he's gone. He's flying over to the next target here.
Ouais, mais
Just
je peux
doesn't
pas stream
stop.
directement
Into
dessus.
another box fight he goes. And now he's gonna
pas
reposition
faire
here
les
and
autres
set up for
paramètres
the
de
prime
stream.
push.
This is ridiculous.
Look, he's still going.
He does not care, people. King wants to jump into your box. It's that box now! Oh, what a beast! What a beast!
He's not here to play. Laser's gonna go down.
Bow down.
We thought Booga was one of the best box fighters. Hold up, it's time to do some reviews here, because King is putting himself on the map here.
All I want, Bala, if you're listening, I just want you to do a VOD review of King, okay?
Get us a VOD review,
Hopefully we can
please.
just agree on that. Wild stuff, man. Gets the window, boom, right to the face, right to the kisser.
He's already looking.
What's wild about that fight, too, is a lot of players would have just stayed stationary in that position. Storm was coming in.
They would have been content with being somewhere safe in
He
the
had a
next
target
zone.
and he just went right for it.
Incredible. Here we have Dubs now, center zone. Still has a baller. Bucky still in the running here. Leshy also getting right next to Dubs, also has a baller, so they're probably not gonna get into too much of a battle, but who knows?
Maybe they'll be
Storm
baller
Surge
buddies.
is still a thing. Maybe they will be baller buddies.
Maybe. But you're right, though, about the Storm Surge. You really are, because if you're not putting in damage, 0 eliminations for Leshy right now. How many fights has he actually gotten into? Someone's going to be above. There's Dubs. Minigun. That minigun goes right through your build.
Je peux même pas regarder.
Very powerful against structures.
Dubs, only with 2 eliminations, is actually the match leader, and that's because he's just pinging other players. Yes, just damage leader. And we just talked about Storm Surge. That's why you want to be proactive. You want to shoot at anything that moves. Because realistically, you don't know when you're going to find yourself in that precarious situation where you have to push someone like pretty much with, without wanting to.
And we were talking about this before we jumped on the cast. I think it was Zayt.
Oh, Vams, va regarder la miniature, tu vas voir.
Not putting himself in a position, but still to get hurt, but still take shots. And Benji Fishy against Storm. First elim for him there.
Saw that, he put the trap above his head through the window edit, opens it up and hits him with the pump.
Now we're on his perspective. But as we were mentioning before, Sometimes, from a safe position, go for the shots.
Ouais,
Go for the
si,
shots.
ouais,
Maybe you get a few ticks. Damage perhaps, and King, he's taking fights outside as well.
King, là.
King is still here to play Golden.
2 eliminations, 53 builds for him, running with that blue combat shotgun. Great range on that item. It's far away though from where the half in, half out circle is going to be. We're at zone 5. This is when things start to get a little crazy. What does King have as an option here? Is he looking for people on the move and then punishing them? Maybe trying to get the community launch pad perhaps if someone throws that down? What is he looking for here?
It really wouldn't even surprise me if he's just looking for elimination to recap on materials right now, because he doesn't have enough to full tunnel across here. Knowing his playstyle, he's probably going to want to push here. And there it is. He actually found a launch pad, so his game awareness was at an all-time high here. And take a look here. Tfue, nice little replay right there. One of his first elims.
First point, as a matter of fact, against Kurtz. Tfue on the board. The King. What are the chances of that one? He had a good old community launch pad right there. Great neighbors.
Paying attention to what's going on here. Can Tfue make a big comeback for himself here?
A little concerned about that player who had edited out. And Tfue did have the mark on him. Guy though, you hate that one. When you just get focused on so much. You're out and about trying your best to stay up in this game. And then everyone looks at you, and Tfue again, he's doing damage, but he's not getting the elimination. Other people are siphoning those away from him.
Yes, Prisionero was just snatched from him. That's another point that unfortunately does not go his way here. He does have some shadow bombs though, so he will be able to make it to this next zone. He decides that he's close enough to try and tarp in, but now he becomes the target of the server because he's only building in wood here.
People can take note of the structures being used. That will give you an indication as to where they are currently. Players do build around 2-box metal, perhaps. Metal, the strongest structure. In case you're wondering, maybe you're watching for the first time, wondering what's going on here. Your Game 3 winner, Dubs. 2 eliminations, still has that baller, but it is a very weak baller. I mean, look at that thing, it is cracked up.
Not only that, he doesn't have health either. He is very, very weak here. He has tons of materials though. He just has to play for placement to continue to hold this lead that he has right now on the competition. King gets taken out by Mongrone, fortunately, right there, and Bugga is still in the running here as he catches Flexi, and the kill feed is lighting up right now as players are dropping, and we're approaching placement points finally here.
We're getting very close to it, Monster. Once we hit 25th place, everyone's going to start to earn some points. Right at the side of your screen, 3 points for everyone. Still alive, but Dubs, did we mention it? That baller was in dire straits. It was not going to be able to survive another rotation, and neither was he with the HP that he had currently. Then the rotations, everyone's starting to move here. They have some shadow bombs. They're going to use those and get to the other side, get to the safe area, build around and protect themselves, and hope that they can continue to gain more placements as we take a look at the overhead.
That's right. He was holding his breath because he needed to get that top 25. He didn't break it through in time. Everyone left in the game has already gotten placement points here, but you want to play for the next threshold. You want to continue to stay in this game here, as that's exactly what Tfue's doing with the Shadow Bomb, hopping around the builds here, trying to keep a low profile. Bizzle still in the running. One of the innovators when it comes down to tarping and pushing out with effective and clean builds.
Just one of the greats of Fortnite altogether. On the side, I was looking at this fight between Ruxin and Riversand. Riversand went for high ground numerous times, and Tfue gets eliminated by Mongrel. And then Rux has high ground, as you see on your screen to the left. And you have Bizzle still very much in this one. Takamura with 4 eliminations and earning placement points as more players begin to fall. And we're coming down to the final moments, Monster.
That's right, we are. And we're going to jump into Takamura's POV here because he has 4 eliminations and he doesn't plan on stopping. Neither does Magro, because Magro catches Benji Fishy as well. Taking a look here at Takamura. Tarping out. He is going to fall down. He's going to get shot a few times here. What's he going to do is he's going for the high ground. He sees an opportunity. It's his to take. Now jumping over with Mock, who's in the low ground. Drops another player right here. Is he going to be able to connect in full? Can he convert here? He does not.
So many players are landing in front of Mongrel here. Coming down to the wire. Top 9 remaining. One in front of Mongrel. Does he get the elim? He manages to just get away by the skin of his teeth. And now Mongrel gets up to the high ground. Maybe using this. If you keep jumping on the wall, you won't go out of the shadow state. He gets up top. There's no one can be there. There's a person all the way above him. Knocks the structure down. And the player does manage to catch himself and maintain the high ground positioning here. We have some great players still left in this game. With Mongrel with 4 eliminations and looking for number 5. And that was on. We're now down to the final moment. Top 5.
Had to fully commit there. Those are the maps that he needed to steal the game here. He's going to go all the way forward and get the trade out with the 109 to the face here.
Huge elimination on Takamura. We're into a 1v1v1v1. Top 4 players now. Mongrel in the ultimate low ground. Don't forget the play. Gotta be Boga. The game 1 winner will not be enough against Mongrel, who does get picked quite a bit. He loses a lot of HP. No more builds, but the victory royale goes to the veteran Sam, who manages to pick up a massive win.
Using the shockwaves in the final moments to snatch the high ground, Sam claims a victory, but it's Mongrel who had a ton of eliminations and really was the ruining factor for so many of our top 10 competitors in that round right there.
Mongrel was running a rough shot in the ultimate low ground, but it's Sam, the vet. He has performed in so many competitions at a high level, and it's no surprise here when Sam gets that high ground, everyone needs to look out. He's so good at that. Mongrel had no builds left, he had no HP to work with, he did the job he needed to do. Top 2, he got 2nd place and a bunch of eliminations, and Shockwave's late game again, Monster. Such a great piece of equipment that you can use.
Love that right there. Stands up, flexes, hits us with the let's go. He's feeling good, and that's a huge accomplishment to take a victory. And just you only have so many opportunities to win a game here. Just to do that alone, magnificent.
Yeah, it really magnificent is the best word that I could think of at those final moments. Games 3 and 4 certainly did not disappoint. Oh, that was a wild game. Here are the standings, though. Boga still holding on to 1st place. Look how far ahead he is. 8 points currently. But Sam now jumps in to 2nd place. Nate in 3rd. Riversand, who's managed to put together some great games, is in 4th. Rux as well. Epic Whale in 6th. Skype and Dubs get knocked down to 7th and 8th. And King, who has been very aggressive, is in 9th. And then Peter Pan from South Korea in 10th place.
Doing so good. The last player we saw in 11th place, Epic Whale, shot himself up to that front page, guys. So don't count out Andretta, Benji, Savage, or anyone else here in the top 20 because they have what it takes. Look at how close the point threshold is. Yeah. Everyone is in the running for top 10 right here, and that's life-changing prize on the line here. The stakes are so high.
Yeah, the gap is so small, and these players have the capability of being able to get into the top 10. 2 more games remain. Wonder who's going to take it all, but let's go down to the stage. We got Jordan standing by with our Game 4 winner.
And a huge Game 4 win for Sam. Now sitting at 2nd place in the standings, feeling really, really good right now. We're just talking about that high ground take. You said I didn't think that it was going to work, but real domination right there in the end. What was your thought process going up against such a stacked final 10 people? I mean, some of the players that were there are all capable of clutching this up.
After I got the high ground, I was just focused on playing safe, make sure I don't lose the high ground, make sure going in and take the high ground. And then, I let everyone on the ground, do their thing, and then I clean up.
The cleanup was real. Back to you, Golden Boy and Monster D-Face.
Always a pleasure to hear from Sam, a veteran in competitive Fortnite.
And
once again, no shocker there. You take the risk, you make the bold play. And
Emmanuel Macron
definitely did. He's coming out quite pretty from there. I believe was in 2nd place currently in the standings. That was a nutty game, man.
He's been in top 10 this whole time. Since the competition has begun, he's been chipping away at placement. That last one was a huge victory for him. And that's exactly what he wanted and needed here to keep him relevant.
Yeah, so many great moments in that game. And while we had a best seat in the house. There were some moments that maybe we didn't catch. And the good news is we got one of the best VOD reviewers in the game. Ball is standing by to break it all down.
Thank you so much, GB. Yes, we have 2 games remaining. It looks like Sam and Booga repeating that first game success early on. We're going to move forward at the top of the leaderboard. But for now, we're going to take a look at some of Rux's performances and some of his shots that push him up to 5th. So while we roll these clips, Rux in the end game first. He set himself up brilliantly in the early game against Arkham. We've talked about Arkham a number of times. This duel has been going on every single game here. Rux takes the better of Arkham and gets the loadout that he needs to push on forward here with the infantry rifle and the combat shotgun and heals to boot. Only 1 mat remaining through this entire time. Doesn't quite get those mats after finding the elimination onto Core Gaming, so he's working through old structures here, other players' structures. And that's when you start going sneaky beaky mode. He stays crouched, make sure that no sound is coming through for that elimination onto Slaya. He had high ground at this position. A nice shot there onto Light. Unbelievable flick shot with the combat shotgun. And then this is when I believe it was somebody else took high ground here. Beautiful retake. It's Stompy. Rux brings himself up into 5th place with that. We'll see if he continues to climb, but for now we've got 2 more games to go. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you so much for breaking that down, Bala. Rux, who has been time and time again showing up in the top 10. We always see him in solos or even in duos along with his teammate Pika. They always have great events. So no shocker there. But this is what a wild ride, right? We've been on 10 weeks up until this point. All these players from around the world. I love looking at that top 10 as well, man, because it truly is a great international game that we have here with Fortnite.
Yeah, you saw it unfold. Like, who would have thought King would be the man to show up today and be, like, honestly, the energy for the arena here, because he has had some of the wildest moments so far in his journey through this World Cup weekend.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a wild ride here, but that's going to do it for myself and Monster D-Face, the Boricua boys. There we go, brother. Always a pleasure to cast with you. Now we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, Courage and Dr. Lupo take the stage one more time, and then we crown our Fortnite World Champion. We'll see you in just a few.
Smile. Ah, je parle toujours à Riyad.
Hello, Fortnite fam! I am LukiFace_. I am joined here at the front of house with David, and we're going to talk a little bit about how all of these systems work, how we are bringing the Pro-Am, Creative Cup, and the World Cup to you guys this weekend. So David, nice to meet you. Thank you for joining me here. What do all of these buttons do behind us? Tell me a little bit about what all of the technical things are here.
So basically this is controlling all of the lighting and all of the video for the entire show. We're pushing out all the videos that you see on all the screens, any camera shots that go up there. And then we're also making sure that all the lights are at the right levels for player faces and everything else.
So it's your job to just make everyone look great, is technically what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Now, I know that you have some facts about the lights, the LEDs. Give me a little bit of some factoids about how all of this production pulls power and, you know, what goes into all of this.
Absolutely. There's about 1,200 lighting fixtures in the room currently. We have about 18 4K video outputs to go to all the big screens. We're running about 98 million pixels worth of video space, and it's taking about 2,000 amps of power, which is about enough to run about 15 homes.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, introduce me to all of these working parts. But there are so many more things that go into all of this. So when you guys are out in the stands watching the World Cup this weekend, you have David to thank for everything.
Dub said, look, I've qualified. I'm just going to come back and just flex on literally the entire region.
It's ridiculous. I mean, the fact that you can be so consistently good in one of the major regions. The best of the best aren't concerned with just barely making it. They want to win every fight. They want every point. That's why he's in first. There's a reason he's one of the best solo players on the planet.
On va dire mec ça c'est l'échauffement pour le truc duo, l'arène duo. Et après on va dans l'arène duo.
초반에 이 점수를 거의 다 따가지고 초반에 맘 놓고 하고.
4 victory royales and he averaged 8 elims. Obviously first place. That's unbelievable.
이제 아시아는 스크림 같은 게 없기 때문에 저는
manette, c'est toujours manette.
연습을 제대로 별로 못했기 때문에 아마도 일단 원래 막
Qu'est-ce
T'es manette toi non? C'est qui Yanis?
이제 한국에는
마이
별로 없는데.
Tu connais pas?
응원하겠습니다.
Tu connais pas Yanis?
Non. Attends, je vais arrêter ma sourcille.
Après, il y a tout le monde qui rejoint.
Général. Oh Doudou. Si, y'a Doudou.
Il est parti.
Tranquille, va, me stresse sur le live, tranquillou, gros, c'est bon. Pas le temps, c'est 21h44, gros. Tu peux te coucher à minuit, y'a pas de soucis, gros. Ça va être la folie. Demain, je viendrai. À mon dos.
What? J'ai pas compris. Après, il va encore en arène. On fait encore de tranquille, après en parlant du arène, ça va.
Hey Fortnite fam, BallTW here to get the gritty.
Je vais relancer mon jeu juste avant.
Final circles in competitive Fortnite are packed tightly with both action and all fighting to get the victory royale. Let's introduce one of the most common techniques used to outlast your opponents.
Ouais, mais je vais regarder jusqu'à la fin, Rams.
What is tunneling? Also known as snaking or pathing, this is when you build a protected tunnel while running away from the storm and into the next safe zone. When these safe zones get so small, this becomes very important. Players on all sides of you. Here's an example of the most basic tunnel, the straight tunnel. From your base, you simply build straight towards your destination straight ahead of you, with the floor piece below your feet and above your head. This is the most basic and also dangerous version of the tunnel.
Si t'as des bugs, Smile, c'est normal, c'est la map qui bug, c'est pas toi.
Non, c'est pas... Allez, ça va t'expliquer comment t'as eu, comment tu dois jouer, t'as vu...
Smile, t'inquiète pas, gros, c'est pas ton jeu qui est mal comme ça, c'est le jeu, le jeu là, il bug.
So just change directions and move, but make sure to stay safe in the storm. Now we talked about how you're exposed from your sides. In both versions, you can add walls to either side. Tunneling so fast and without error, and at the same time, going for crazy plays with unsuspecting opponents to rack up elimination points as well as and oftentimes so fast. The most important skills in competitive Fortnite. It's pretty simple at its core, but at the high pace of this congested engine, it gets complicated. That means you need to practice and make sure to hop in creative mode and do just that. You can practice it in the open on your own island or use one of the many amazing pre-built training courses that creators have made. This was BallTW, and we'll see you in game.
My name is Turner, aka Tifu. I qualified from the North American East region.
En gros, il est tout épars, vous êtes obligé de prendre un space, 12 de skin.
Can you get him to drop it?
Voilà.
Does that angle? He hits
all
of the shots.
Bande de fous.
day I qualified, I was...
Il est tellement épave le gars, il est obligé de prendre le
I was just kind of streaming, grinding, doing my own thing, and I tried my hardest and succeeded, I guess.
Landing all the way up top, drops it. 100, follow through on the shot, literally reading my mind.
Miskin, il est obligé de jouer espace 12.
Ouais.
Une salope, la vérité. Grosse cas.
He's a special player. A generational talent.
Pourquoi j'ai fait tout le fight à 2 HP? Heureusement qu'il m'a niqué cette pute. Oh.
So mature, so dedicated. Very rare to see.
Gros, si je prends un space 12, gros, je lui fais des gosses aussi. Y'a pas de problème. Smile, viens, je joue space 12. Attends, je vais aller rechercher un space. On va aller lui faire des gosses à lui.
플레이어 닉네임은 후드제이입니다. Tout à l'heure, j'ai une croix rouge là.
나이는 그리고 14살입니다.
Mais non, ça c'est la map, mec.
He's disciplined.
J'ai fait réapparaître le pire.
He's focused.
Ah gros, je regarde la workshop en même temps que jouer, gros.
Non, moi je peux pas la regarder en même temps, sinon j'entends pas le jeu. J'entends pas ce que
Space. Viens le faire rager.
Ouais.
Vas-y, go, viens chat partie.
Salut la bouille, ça sert à rien de faire ta pub mec, on est pas là pour faire une pub, on est là pour regarder un...
Je sais pas, il parle quoi. Maïl, t'es là? C'est bon, quand j'ai pris un space 12, on va aller. On va le faire quitter, tu vois.
저는 포트나이트 선수로서 일선에 있는 아파트에서 팀원들과 함께 구단에서 생활하고 있습니다.
Gros, tu te demandes comment il arrive à jouer, frérot. Là, il a des loups. Ah, chichi, regarde le mec là, le Woot. Woot mes couilles.
저희 팀원은
Frère, il a des loups, gros. Comment il arrive à jouer à Fortnite?
보다 뭔가 좀 더 끈끈하고 좀 더 위인 그런 팀인 것
Je me
같습니다.
moque, mais gros, c'est un coup, t'as vu, c'est mes jeux que...
GG. Viens, sors de là.
The little brother that everybody wants to take care of.
저는 일어나자마자 바로 옆방에 있는 연습실에서 포트나이트를 할 수 있다는 거에 대해서
His tempo is quite a bit faster than a lot of the other players.
Infinity, ton micro, mec, il fait un bruit bizarre.
아무래도 건설이라든지 편집이라든지 그런 부분이 좀 재미있어서이기도 하고 제 목표를 달성할 수 있기 때문입니다. 저는 포트나이트 게임을 시작할 때 이기자라는 목적으로 많이 시작합니다.
He wants to always be creative, always change up his playstyle and steal the tempo from his opponents.
Salut team Freezy. Enzo le boss. J, bienvenue à toi.
Vas-y, viens, va jouer en run.
Ouais.
Vas-y, quitte. Go. Quitter le mode crash.
Il faut le finir d'abord, chichi.
Il y a plus de place, il y a 98.
Ah, on peut le finir, mec.
세계 최고 플레이어가 되고 싶은 부분에 아무래도 부모님인 것 같습니다. 가끔씩 부모님이라는 생각이 들어서 동기부여가 되지 않나 싶습니다.
Vas-y, Smile, quitte. Vas-y, quitte le groupe, je t'invite.
Jay hasn't realized how talented he is.
Okay.
I am just so impressed with what I'm seeing here from Hood Jay.
Smile.
He has that potential to become the greatest of all time.
Ah chichi, t'as vu toutes les petites merdes là, comme les tourelles et tout comme ça, elles servent à rien les tourelles. Tu peux les balancer ça. Et ça fait de la place. Donc en gros, si tu veux venir, t'as vu pour enlever les tourelles et tout comme ça, tu vois, t'as bien vu.
Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. Millions watching across the world.
tu vois, j'ai gagné de la place, Chichi. Ah, la banane. Il a la banane, qu'est-ce que c'est là, la banane?
Major step for me to actually help out my family. I'm so happy we made it. This is literally like a dream.
I was freaking out. It was awesome.
Somebody messaged me. He said, hey, congrats,
Yeah, Chichi, you're up. C'est dommage, il n'y a pas de Chichi.
Viens voir, je vais enfermer Doudou.
Ladies and gentlemen, huge shout out to Mike Realm. Spinning over there, guys. Give it up for him. And now we are one step closer to crowning our first Fortnite World Champions in solos. History is about to be made here, folks. And now I want to ask everyone here in the arena, are you ready? Let's do it one more time. I'm going to ask you again. Are you ready? Let's send it over to your casters for the last two games, Courage and Dr. Lupo.
Over a year ago, the Fortnite World Cup was announced, and here today it culminates in the final two games of the solos competition. $30 million in prize money this weekend, and in two games, Dr. Luke will crown another Fortnite World Champion.
We've seen a ridiculous number of plays from everybody on the field. Yep. Even moments like King going out, literally the first eliminated one game immediately after, just slaying out in the lobby. We love to see gameplay like that. Very aggressive from a number of players that honestly a lot of us didn't even expect to show up on the board. You have to remember though, every single player that has qualified for the solo finals here at the Fortnite World Cup in New York City is at the top of their game. 40 million people played through. This is what's left, the best of the best of the best.
We know the storylines continue throughout this lobby of the 100 best players in the world. We have two games left. Our standings, well, they're very close, and Sundown's going to update us on where they lock up.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage, with only two matches left to decide who is the world champion solo player, who is the best of the best of the best. We're going to take a look at what the standings currently look like and what needs to happen. So the first thing you're going to see right away is the runaway train Booga up top. One victory royale, leading the pack with 15 eliminations at 37 points, 8 points clear. But we talked about it a little bit yesterday and a lot during the qualifiers. What is a reasonable game to expect? We've seen a lot of the victory royales today actually coming from more passive players. They've been getting around 11 to 12 points apiece. We've been seeing high volume eliminations happening in the early and the mid game. But right now, looking at this board, Peter Pan sitting in 10th place right now is just off of the mark. He's 16 or 18 points off. With a reasonable game, he could challenge towards that. Let's take a look at the second page, because then from 10th to Mongrel with a fantastic performance in the last game pushes himself into contention, and this top 20 is the line where you will see an increase in that prize bonus. You want to be at minimum on this page when all is said and done. Two matches are left. We have already seen world champions crowned in creative and duo. Who will be the ultimate victory royale and who will take home the title? We're going to throw it back inside and see the final two matches. Lupo, Courage, let's take it home.
Thank you, Sundown. The standings so close, all for the coveted trophy that you see on your screen. The title of Fortnite World Champion. 15 million just for the solos competition. 3 million for first. With 2 more games left. Who do you think comes out on top?
I would love to see the 13-year-old from the South American King show up big. I mean, he's put on a fantastic show thus far. You have to remember, just one slip up, one bad game, that's not enough to take you out of the lead. He very easily, a solid high elim game, a top placement, doesn't even have to be a victory royale at this point. With how well he's played, he could make his way to the top with ease.
Can anyone catch Booga at the top of our leaderboards? The lobby is ready. Ladies and gentlemen, the battle bus launches in 2, 1. Game 5 underway of the Fortnite World Cup Finals Solos competition. Can they catch Booga? His lead remains from the incredible shockwave plays earlier. All 100 players in the biggest day of their entire lives, fighting for their big share of the $3 million first place spot, 15 million in total.
Last game, saw him a last-minute clutch there. Took home a victory royale. We're going to watch his drop in here as well as everybody else near the top of this board. As we go into these later matches, folks, keep in mind we're going to try and keep an eye on those that are closest to contention, that world champion position. Very, very important to know that. Go to the board there, you see 4 of the 5 llamas in the very south edge of the map, starting at Salty, all the way down to the east of Happy Hamlet. 1 more all the way to the top middle. Those getting picked up early are very, very important. A baller for Psalm already at the beginning of the game. It's like he may have been the one to drop up here. And are you kidding me? A jug, a proxy grenade launcher.
Tu peux mettre ce que t'as, mais t'as pas dedans.
Averaging 1 limb per match. You see, but he's in second place.
Donc c'est déjà mettre le GG.
Values so key.
Et tu peux mettre les trucs de machin.
Top 18 of every match.
Et là, si on n'a pas assez de place, on arrivera au milieu là.
Every single match so far, Dr. Lupo. The big reason why he finds himself in second place. To be that consistent in this lobby, absolutely insane.
Gotta break 25 to get those points.
Arkham, Rux, fighting out in Westworld, as people do call it, this desert town. Arkham has had a couple games where he's just basically got fried right off the start. Can he turn around right now? He was top 15 earlier. Doesn't seem to be the case anymore. Rux, who's gotten the better of him a few of these previous games, having it back on it for a moment as that airstrike did come down.
Don't count him out just yet, though. This drop, honestly, one of the loot heaviest in the game. You have a lot of materials as well. A player like this, he gets in a good position, maybe even takes out Rux, doesn't have to fight anybody else down here. He can climb his way out of here with ease.
9 grenades in Rux's inventory. If he could somehow bait Arkham into a bad spot and use those to his advantage, it could be the thing that swings the tide in this battle. Hasn't thrown the Chug Splashes down. I was going to say, wondering when he was going to begin to throw them, but there they are. Chug Splash is down. 0 limbs still as you'd expect, as he's still looking around for where Arkham could be.
Maybe the hope to save those, so he didn't have to necessarily use them just yet. Big anticipation of combat before you know it, or at least the chance of it. I'm going to throw those down real quick. 40 HP shield. These two just kind of at a stalemate at the edge of the map, waiting to see if there's an opportunity to make a play. They are outside of the safe zone quite a bit. At some point, the zip lines or even the spawns here might be key to getting all the way to the safe zone soon. Grenades going out, but beamed. Rux takes quite a bit of damage from Arkham, and aggression begins. The build is going to try and take the high ground shots from Rux. No contact just yet. Damage before you know it. Only 96 HP. Infinity. Not necessarily be enough against a player with accuracy like Arkham.
But he does have the combat shot, which is the ultimate tool this early in the game. Rux still at 96 health, has those grenades in his back pocket.
Attendez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Vous faites quoi?
Very intense fight for these two. The shot comes through. Down to just 41 HP. Rux versus Arkham. Who can come out on top? Rux still with high ground. Arkham down below. Will he begin to throw these grenades? It doesn't appear so. Only 6 builds left. And remember, with only 2 games remaining in the competition today, this could spell disaster for their final performance. Arkham popping one shield.
Allô?
Definitely has a major health advantage, but still, height can make all the difference. As he has a combat shotgun.
I was anticipating thrust.
Oh, c'est bon, attends.
I would have expected a push. A chance to pick up the 50 HP or shield. It was a siphon. No damage dealt there, so Rux decides to opt his way out. King, one of our high Elan players, 35 HP, gonna try and get that med kit off, but he can't quite. Time to fight it out. A bit of a build battle and see who can take ownership of the walls. King building up the shockwave. He's actually going for it. Are you kidding me? Lunesi goes down, and King back up to 85 HP. What a play.
On the World Cup stage, he just shockwaved to the sky and tried to hip fire hand cannon. Are you kidding me? With 35 health? Talk about confidence. It's such an insane play that it catches the opponent off guard. Stomping, trying to push on it. I believe this is Dubs on the other side of the wall. Stomping gets the wall, gets the elim. Down goes Dubs. And also in the elimination feed, Aqua, our Fortnite world champion from yesterday, has eliminated Tfue.
Attends, je vais t'en passer une, mais faut que Doudou meure.
One left. Those players, the 16 that have already been eliminated, they still have one game remaining. But our current leader on the standings, Booga, down in Lucky Landing, gonna make a rotation away. Avoid any damage. This point, the most important thing is getting ahead of the game here. As the storm is pressing on in, he's only against another player down here at Lucky. The opt to rotate out the west towards the river, probably the best one in the situation. Doesn't want to get challenged. He's got a free rotation. Up now. Slip is right there. Not realizing it too. He is relatively close to the
Wonder if his spot either of them. One on his left, one on his right. I doubt he will. He's going through the low ground, but Buddha, so far, man, 3 out of the 4 games has been fantastic performances. He had one where he dropped off early.
Chichi,
Pour la fin, t'auras pas d'armes.
10 players in the game, but still keeping his lead because how well he's in the other 3 games at this point. Teak did shut down for a moment, but decides, no, I'm going to fall on back. Don't want to take this 1v1 out in the open. Would rather go to hey, 5 builds. Not in any case, in a lobby like this.
Écoutez-moi bien, écoutez-moi bien.
Chichi, c'est Touché qui parle, réponds, non?
Salut Chloé, comment tu vas?
Oh,
Chloé. No super drastic rotations need to come on through.
Oh, Chichi, j'ai cliqué.
Oh, je l'ai eu à la fin.
Challenge and eliminated Tfue. Tfue goes to the storm. Aqua gets the floor. And Tfue stands.
Ah non, quelqu'un m'entend?
Ouais.
Eh bah, demande à Chichi s'il m'entend.
From Tfue. He knows he has not had the day he's wanted. One of the biggest names in competitive of all time. Getting shut down here at the Fortnite World Cup solo.
Demande à Chichi s'il m'entend.
I would say it's definitely a different field than a lot of these players are used to. Where that we've had multiple regions from the entire world all playing for the same here, so it's just a different scenario for everybody. Especially on top of that, if you have young
Ah, Chichi, t'écoutes un peu,
nerves could potentially play her. She pushing in the box, gets inside, and the elimination. Romance goes down.
And I like that. I like that push, right? Because he's got 200 HP. He's already done a lot of damage to his opponent. He also does 23 more white damage, HP damage to realize, wait, I have a major health advantage as Booga begins to dance.
Ça va si tu vas bien, Chloé.
He pushes on it, forces the play and says, you know what, if you have a trap, I'm still going to survive through it. You're so little HP that I know I'll eliminate you, even if I take 150 damage from the trap. Booga, I mean, I guess this is the kind of mindset he has right now. I'm first. I've got Shadow, I've got a launch pad, I've got everything I need. Banny, if you want to play this game, bro, you can play this game, but Booga dances, and his opponent says, no thank you. No dance battle for me today, I'll back on up.
It's enough to pressure him to rotate.
Imagine dancing and scaring away your opponent.
Ah, vous pouvez me délivrer. Ah, je suis avec toi,
73 players remaining as Cease picks up an elimination. A reminder on the right side of your screen, the format for the day. Match 5 of 6, 10 points for a victory royale. You make it to top 5, it's only 7. You make it to top 15, that's 5. Top 25 is 3. And every elimination on the board is an additional point.
And also keep in mind,
46. The white damage, a good signal from Booga that that player most likely won't challenge unless that's the only thing they have left. High pressure there is an opportunity to just rotate away cleanly.
Another thing to keep in mind, you see right there,
Ouais,
40% extra materials. You also have a max.
Vous pouvez me passer des armes, je suis bloqué.
You cannot carry 1,000 wood.
Je suis bloqué. Il est où Infinity?
Le GG.
Ouais. Et après, il faudra mettre des trucs de zombies.
C'est quoi le GG?
Attends, vous êtes où? Attends. Infinity?
Ah,
t'es où?
Et c'est où la fin de la
From above, knowing that ramp was closing it off in just a second. Gonna try and take the wall to edit from above.
Moi, je vais faire une escape game.
Just yet. Very good question. At some point,
non, sinon, c'est quoi? Non, c'est ce que tu fais, tu mets pas de GG. Écoute-moi, tu mets pas de GG, ce que tu mets. Tu mets des lamas. Et à l'intérieur, tu mets des
stalemates for
des failles pour aller direct.
Vous pouvez me défoncer?
Non, mais on peut pas parce que on pourra pas y aller. Non, mets GG.
Shotgun shot 160. The
blue
very, very powerful.
That's a 160 to the jaw right there.
Vous pouvez me décoincer?
Missed about the pump shotgun when it was vaulted.
Et après, dès que t'as fait le GG, tu es ici en bas là. Ici là, dans chaque porte là, t'as vu, dans chaque porte. Tu mets des trucs de zombies.
In competitive Fortnite, Storm Surge did pop up, but it went away almost instantly as this lobby has dropped a little bit quicker as things have gone on. People maybe getting more desperate.
Mais vous pouvez me...
Sam, who won our 4th game.
Mais vous êtes où en fait? Parce que je suis bloqué avec quelque...
Ah, je vois.
Sam, at first decides, you know what, let me use this big shield, I'll get the full 50 health out. But because the opponent interrupts it, realizes, well, what's the lesser of 2 evils? That is giving myself as much help as possible and not playing greedy.
Oh la map,
I like
la map elle est belle.
You gotta take what you can get, and that's a perfect example of it right there.
Et là,
waiting to see if this
là,
through on the surface inside that ramp. He doesn't own it.
Oui.
Every time he does a little bit of damage, he has an opportunity to replace it, and he does in fact take it.
Les gars, je peux parler avec les écouteurs.
He might have to wait though. That last one. Don't know if we'll have time to use it. Pressure from the player inside.
Ouais, je peux dire bien quoi. Tu fais quoi? Je suis en train de faire un escape game. Chloé. Désolé si je vois pas tes messages tout de suite. Je veux dire comment tu vas. Désolé de dire si je vois pas tes messages aussi.
Where he had a chance to move away. 110 total now. The ball is full HP though.
Here's Riverson. Legendary bolt sniper rifle. 75 total health. You take a little bit of damage right there. Often set up on the left side of your screen in a metal box. Really, no one can be challenging that. Fully built metal. This is something that when you see it in competitive Fortnite with how little ammo you have, you're basically like, all right, I'm not bothering you. You're set up. I'm not bothering you. Just don't peek out shoot me because it's almost impenetrable, it feels like, with how little time you have to shoot and how little ammo you wind up having in these games. Replay from earlier on. This is Smith. Another one of these close box fights. Gets that ramp. Tries to challenge forward. Basically edited into the opponent's box. That's Hood J. And will get the combat shotgun. So a major upgrade from a common tactical shotgun up to a combat shotty. I'm sure everyone that plays Fortnite knows just how good that is. But back over to Riverson, who's, well, rolling on through the river.
I just have to say, I'm a little surprised that he opted to take the bolt over Shadow Bomb. Looking at late game Fortnite, especially in competitive, oftentimes you see stacks of players on top of each other and no opportunity for a snipe. Shadow Bomb's going to be a mobility. He's not going to have. The baller's gone now. Yeah, I was inside this box. I don't know why he didn't take the Shadow Jab.
To be honest, I think Riverson viewed that as, all right, I have this baller. I'm going to play around the baller being my Shadow Bombs for this game. And that's not the case. That was the what just happened was the worst thing that could have ever occurred for Riverson. His bowler's gone. He's got no movement items left, and now he's stuck on the front of the box fight.
Just quick note, Epic Whale is currently in 6th position. Riverson in 4th, so this is a battle at the top of the leaderboard, stuck inside a box, up back and forth. And Epic cannot quite find the target. Riverson picking up a big leaderboard elimination right there.
That is where I think nerves gets you a little
100%.
bit. You mentioned top 6, he's thinking in the back of his head. Game here, moving into the $1 million prize pots, and instead Riverson wins a fight that looked impossible to win, and is now set up on top of the mountain with near max HP.
Quick look back here, Bug, our current leader. Look at the shots through there. Little shakes the hands off a little bit, blow off some steam.
T'es fort à Fortnite. Cherche pas à être fort. Yo, comment tu vas?
See Bizzle, the top left of your screen, one of the more well-known players, like you said, one of the most consistent players, Jack, in all Fortnite that we've ever seen. Speed of the builds up here. Try and get a little bit of a higher view. Doesn't want to be stuck down too low in case there's rotating. Maybe some shots on the baller soon. Pressure being applied on others and ops into that fight as well.
And if you look at where Buga is right now, on your minimap, the closest player on the west side of that zone, safe, and everyone has to move right towards it. Also, 6 minis, near max builds, 4 shadow bombs, 2 launch pads, a shockwave. Buga knows what a fantastic position he's in. If he can make it to late game, he basically has guaranteed placement points.
His way through here. The leftover collection. Have to do some.
Il faut son soutien à la boutique pour avoir les parties personnalisées. Ouais, c'est ça, Kiki, mais après, t'as vu, une fois que t'as sans soutien, il faut que t'attendes un mois. Parce qu'à bout d'un mois, ils vont t'envoyer un mail, comme ils ont fait avec Vams. Vams, quand j'ai dit que c'était sans soutien, il l'a fait, et il a eu sans soutien, et derrière, ben, il a eu les parties personnelles de la
No shadow bombs.
Il a attendu une semaine, il a eu les parties, il a eu
he can establish a base, but making a move after that.
Un mois après, il m'a envoyé un message,
he is getting attacked from literally every angle on the way in. Players from all sides taking shots. He's going to have to try and push his way through for elimination, or get out of this area almost immediately. What a tough spot to be in. Shots from both sides. Puts the trap down in anticipation of somebody pushing in, and literally cannot keep the walls up enough.
And that's the downside of being one of the last players to rotate outside the zone. Everyone who's set up, including Buga, knows, hey, we just sprayed it. When they've got to come this way, they're going to be floating right at us. If the whole lobby shoots at them, one of us is bound to get them. We're all going to get damage tags, and when the Storm Surge just popped up, everyone fiending for a little bit of damage to keep them above that threshold. Thankfully for the players in the lobby, only 2 more people in the drop away, so don't think it'll come into play too much.
All I can imagine in a situation like that right now is from the Pro-Am, Tim the Tatman getting shot at from multiple sides.
Et 60 soutien, bah ça va, Kiki, franchement ça va. Si tu peux avoir 60 soutien encore une fois.
Yeah, no, my teammate Sean eliminated him. Tim, we beat Tim the Tatman on land and outplaced him as we take a look at players stacked up all on the west side of the zone.
51 dans une petite zone, mec.
People at home don't know is that we were literally looking at Tim as we say that, which is to make sure better. So, launch pad used by Buga right away. With 2 launch pads, with all this other movement, he just survived this movement. And guess what? This is a zone on the high ground. It's directly on this mountain. So, for pretty early on zone, it's going to get awkward right away. Buga has made it in, but it's taken a lot of damage. Will use some minis to get back up to 150. Has made it to the zone. Benji fishing just below. He's currently top 13 in this game.
G still has a little bit of a high ground advantage. Just going to look back at Buga's see if we can spot anybody on the move. This position still very, very good. The edge of the next safe zone. 2 seconds until that pressure starts to apply, and a lot of players you see in the minimap have already started to rotate in. They're making their moves now, but shots from Buga and many others as these players are flying in. Community launch pads, some shadow bombs used in situations like this, and no shield on that player. Buga right now has a total of 16 elims today. King is in second with 15.
That's all it is. You just get set up in the zone, fire people who have to move to the storm. It's the common enemy. Every player in the lobby. Issa did just go down to class, and we also saw Vivid drop a couple moments ago, so nothing really completed this game, unfortunately. Bugha won a limb so far. Continue to look on now. Here's the perspective of a drop coming on in. Everyone's made it up onto the mountain right now. Still some people on the edge. You see the likes of Cease still alive. Clips, Zate, Creo, Cosmic, Skype.
Ouais, bah tu peux regarder tes switches demain, il y a pas de
game 2.
Quick note, by the way, Riversun, who we saw eliminate the 6th place position, has gone down himself in 4th. So he is out of this game. 44 players reversing your feed, going down to Dementos. And we are not even at placement position just yet. And we're looking at the 6th to 7th circle transition starting in 10 seconds. Everyone has to move. The people that have the best opportunity to take shots back, they're going to be able to pick up a lot of eliminations. Players going to be on rotation. Things are about to get real tough for a lot of
the
people.
edit. So they just wait, hop the ball, and roll. Okay. Now, I don't think you can hold high ground from this early on. I mean, yes, high ground would be very good, but this is going to be a long rotation if you're going to wind up making that happen. Wax is up top at the moment. Bugha seems soaring on over with the shockwave grenade. Setting up, always getting ahead of the zone as far as possible. Pika there as well.
Back behind him to take even more shots at players on rotation. Very smart play as the Shadow Bomb, and he still has 3 more, so this rotation better be a good one. Got a chance to get ahead of a lot of people here.
I really do love this. He knows how close he is to placement points, and he's got such a lead right now that unless someone has a monster performance, if he just gets some placement points, makes it to the top 25 again, with just 2 games left, that could be really all he needs to secure this Fortnite World Championship. And he got the zone. The zone's going back his way, but Bugha goes to edit out, and there's a shotgun waiting for him. Down to under 50 HP, frantically trying to pop these minis. The spray coming on through. Can our leader hang on to placement points? Storm Surge activated on some of the remaining players. Bugha peeks out again for a shot. Not gonna connect yet. 32 players left. Shadow Bomb being used. Can Bugha make it to the top 25? 3 more points can be the difference between making it as our #1 player today or 2nd place. Bugha still bouncing up. 30 players left. Just so frantically looking around for potential victims.
You'll notice as soon as they're box to box, right next to another player, players like Bugha will opt to build straight up. 1 more, 26 remaining. If 1 more goes down, he's going to pick up placement points. Keep an eye on the feed just to see only 1 elimination remains. There it is, 25. He's already into placement points now. It's going to push him even higher on the leaderboard. Everybody left picks those points up too, but as we move, players starting to drop left and right. Sky still sitting on a baller, as well as Fatch. Pika with the ultimate high ground, and Bugha right in the middle, right in the thick of it. Look on the outside. That's a very smart play. In that moment, you have a baller flying up. You don't want those players to hold on to those. Taking the shots to break it out, maybe force an engagement.
Only 8 builds.
15 now.
Out of builds, no movement items. Made it to top 15. For me, this is already a fantastic game for Bugha. You've got placement points. Another elimination. How about a second? Bugha, what are you doing? 2 elims come in. He's back up to near full HP, and he's in the top 10, and he's got all the materials he could ever need. Bugha, how are you making this happen? From no mats and no movement. 1 player nearby. Bugha at 3 elims, still ahead of the zone. He can absolutely win this game, Dr. Lupo. 2 away from more placement points.
Opts to drop the extra weapons in his inventory. A gold AR, the green pump, 6 minis, and a campfire. 42 builds remaining, and he's just looking. 5 players left. He is sitting in one of the best spots I think he could have possibly imagined. Creo picking up an elimination. He's sandwiched between Pika, Pisa's, Creo on the ultimate low ground. He's looking any chance to pop through when a player is not looking to get a shot in might be enough.
Sluts Mats, 1 player below. Bugha just staying ahead of this. Has only taken 1 score tick so far. Player up top fighting, player down low fighting. Can Bugha make the impossible happen? Dodges the trap as well. Taking a little bit of storm damage. Bugha's got to make it on in. 1 build left, drops on in Bugha. No! But either way,
it's all good. Look,
he's done what he needs to do. He knows how important that game is. Now we're in our top 3. Pika up top. Your following him earlier on today. Pizus and Creo all the way down low.
0 builds in Pika's inventory. It's going to be tough. He's going to have to drop in and go for a fight. Cannot connect. Pizus finds that elimination. Creo gets the final one in game 5. Goes to Creo.
I don't think he can believe it. I don't know if anyone caught it at home, but what he does right there is Flint knocks the opponent, hits him for that body damage, and then shoots him into the zone. Great game for Creo right there, and you see repping his team. Ooh, clutching on up in the end. Here it is, the final moments. The zone closing right, a fully closed zone. Creo's got to build on up. You see, health advantage was to Pizus. Pizus would win that game, but a full damage Flint knock connects and swings the tide in his favor. Here it is one more time. Boom! Right to the chest, sends him into the zone, and wins the game. For Creo as he takes game 5, the victory royale, 10 points plus his eliminations.
Huge game there, and Jack, we still have one more.
We do.
Quand tu penses que
We still have one more game here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. I don't see any way that Buga's fallen at first. That performance, he absolutely popped off. We're about to take a look at our standings, but Buga may just be in a position where all he needs to do is find 1 or 2 points in all.
It is 1 or 2, are you kidding me?
Ladies and gentlemen, Buga sits atop his throne, far and away in first place. He is one game from $3 million. The most eliminations, tied for the most victory royales, by far the most points. Buga has put on a show and is nearing the title of Fortnite World Champion.
Keemstar il est loin, Keemstar il est super loin, il a que 18 points.
17 points.
Il est dans le top 20 au moins.
That's what you need to break into the top 20, Jack.
Mongrel,
even then, you're
il est
still
15e.
30 points away from first place.
You need a 20 plus elim game with a victory royale and 0 for Buga. Good luck, have fun, but we do have Jordan Fisher on the floor. One of our members of that last game.
Playing health right there at the very end in such a high caliber game. Again, another stacked lobby right here at the end. Yo, hoping for some lucky health ticks in your favor, and that happened. Thank God for the best reaction for the wins so far today, in my opinion. Where's your headspace at going into this last game?
Right now, I'm on 3rd. I just need to clutch up, make sure that I don't make any dumb plays. I just keep calm and keep how I've been playing.
Well, it's great work. Fantastic job. Great victory royale. Back up to you guys.
Great to hear from Creo right there as he takes game number 5, the nerves in those final moments. You saw the celebration. I think he even almost couldn't believe how it all ended on up. But victory royale, you know the difference between 21st and 20th is over $60,000. And a win like that, with how close the standings are, could make the difference between earning $50,000, which is still great, but $112,000, which is to follow. But we're not quite ready for Game 6 yet. We do have Ball over on Unreal Island with some analysis of Game 5.
Guys, I do have that. What a performance here from Booker today. Single game almost. Consistently in the points and finding himself some eliminations as well. Only falling in that second game early on. We're going to take a look at some of the eliminations that led him to a top 5 finish here. Booga, first off, breaking the baller on the side of zone, making sure that he knows exactly who's moving in. Why is he moving in with the baller inside of the zone, inside of the center? And then as well, getting an elimination here onto Kluja. Absolutely amazing job by Booga there. He actually got into top 5. So an amazing finish. He's got 2 points from that, plus all the other performances, other placements in that match. We've got only 1 match remaining. Just like you guys said, it has to be a big one for somebody to overtake Booga at this point. So Lupo, Courage, please close us out.
Thank you, Ball. As you know, so much on the line here this weekend of the Fortnite World Cup, but it is not the only thing that people are excited about with Fortnite right now, Dr. Lupo. There's always so much going on, and I'm sure a lot of people in this sold-out arena know this week it's time for a new season, and
yes, indeed.
You guys want to see the first tease for the new season of Fortnite? I guess you should show it to him. I have not seen this before. Oh! All that Epic told us is think back. August 1st, 2019, the next season of Fortnite. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is, Dr. Lupo?
CD in the third, I bet, is going nuts right now. Jack. Dusty Depot.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys excited for the next Fortnite season?
Yo, Perception, comment tu vas? Salut Amar, viens quoi?
August 1st, all will be revealed. And my God, I got the chills right now. That's the first time we saw that. They didn't show us anything. Oh my goodness, you see how excited everyone is. And we are moments away from the final game. Everything that's happening. You see the leaderboards, you see how far it is. You're up by so much. What's the rest of this lobby right now?
It might at this point be a battle for second place. Jack. Such a lead right now. Booga showing why he feels as though he deserves world champion. And at this point, I mean, you can't really blame him. He's playing out of his mind, playing incredibly intelligently. Positioning is key, and he's going for placement every single time. He's showing why he's on top of the leaderboard.
I can't believe he is so far and away the best. It has been something that I think a lot of people expected him to do well, but this well, anyone to perform this well, be this far ahead, unbelievable in a stacked lobby like this. Folks, use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Tell us your thoughts on the teaser we just saw, on what you're expecting from these final games, on your thoughts overall on the World Cup. It has been such a blast to be at this point. I cannot.
Allô, mon nom c'est Gros Nul, comment allez-vous?
These online qualifiers, everyone coming on in.
Gros Nul.
Big names, the teams getting involved. Fortnite.
C'est Gros Nul qui parle.
Is at a fantastic point. The millions watching online, it's a testament to how well it's doing.
Absolutely incredible. You see a look down at the players getting ready for their final match of the day.
Pardon, j'ai mal entendu deux fois. C'est moi qui l'a dit. Regarde sur le live qui c'est qui l'a dit.
Final match. We will find out who the Fortnite World Champion in the solos competition is. If you're online, make sure you give some shout outs to those that you think can climb the board. It is still anybody's game. We've seen crazy comebacks before, and it would not surprise me to see it again. Jack, going into this last match,
yes,
the nerves for some of these players probably at an all-time high.
Yes.
You have to realize there's going to be more after this, though.
Oh,
there's got to be more after this, Jack.
Yeah, this is not the end by any means. Yes, it's the biggest event in Fortnite competitive history, but there is still a bright future for this game. More and more to be announced. All I know is the players are getting loaded up and ready. You see them all looking around. What an experience this must be for all of them, their families in attendance. So many people here I've met this weekend that have been. It's their first ever gaming event. You know, not a lot happens in the Northeast because of, quite frank, how expensive it is to run events in this area of the country. But Epic do it, and they did it in style. What a fantastic venue. The Marshmallow performance earlier, I saw how excited everyone was outside at the fan events too. It's been so cool, and I've been a part of so many competitive gaming events up to this point. This might be my favorite. This might be my favorite. I'm saying it right now.
It's touching, Jack.
Ouais, voilà, comme ça, ça passerait bien comme ça.
It might just be, and that's all I know. I keep looking around, seeing everyone just excited, flowing back on in after the bathroom breaks, waiting for this last game. We appreciate your patience as we just get the lobby all set up. Want to make sure everything's all set and good to go. Remember, after this ends, if you're in the venue, don't just rush out to get home. Go back outside of the fan experience. We're going to crown our champion. We're going to crown our world champion. We're going to be there for that big moment. Congratulate them. Celebrate the achievement. The trophy. How are they going to get that trophy home to the players? Because
Jack, I'll give you $20 if you charge down there and grab that thing right now.
I almost threw the headset down. I almost threw the headset down, and I thought, you know what? If I don't do that, my career is much more worth it, I believe. Again, you know, look at these lobbies. We played on these setups the other day. You can't really create it. You can just sit there. So you're looking at the leaderboards, and we're used to in-game tournaments, right? Where you can go and see the prize, see how the split works. The solo and duos you see there on the screen, the solos, you know, competition is there. You click compete, and the prize pool pops up in-game at $3 million for first. And it, like, that's where it first set into me that we were actually at the World Cup final.
Yeah. When it's right there on the screen in front of you, it's real. Two of the fan favorites, Dubs and Mega, on your screen right now, and I gotta love that kid's hair.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could have hair like that. There's Issa, who I know has quite the loyal following online. So many people were excited to see him perform this weekend. So much pressure for these guys. I look at the
Putain, Chichi, t'es casse-couille, il a vu ma mère, voilà.
These games to continue. I think the skins in the background, the chicken and the raptor were battling. Provided to our fans at the venue today.
Le mec il casse les couilles, voilà, casse-toi.
Again, our winner from that last game. Thoughts going through his head right now must be, I've got to rise this leaderboard. I've got to get as high as possible. Reverse, recently announced a member of TSM. Always seems like something's going on in Fortnite competitive. Now I think a lot of people wondering too, what's next to come, right? Is it more solos and duos? Is there going to be more of a focus on trios? I know a lot of people have been looking forward to that. Do teams now switch up after seeing this performance? Do you think teams begin to switch up if they're going to play trios on who they should have in on their squad?
One of the things I noticed watching the few trio tournaments that we've seen over the last few weekends, teams really have kind of mixed who they typically play with. That being said, one of the things I love the most about watching those is that the groups, it's always changing. And I think that exemplifies just how connected the competitive community really is. A lot of these players, they're all friends. Yeah, we see Skeptic holding up the L of the camera, which is very funny, and people doing emotes on each other after elimination in game. But at the end of the day, there's really kind of no bad blood between anybody because they all recognize they're all here for the same thing. It's a competition. On top of that, probably doesn't hurt that they all take home $50,000 at a minimum, right? Every single player. So yeah, that definitely can't hurt. But real quick before we move on, Jack, I just want to ask: did you ever think that any of these players, the list of names, do you think we'd see these players at this event? I mean, we've watched them grow and change over 10 weeks of qualifiers. We saw people kind of rise up out of nowhere sometimes. And the other side of that, we have players like Tfue, who've been well known for forever. It's amazing to see the list.
No, for sure. There's players that I think a lot of people expected to make it in, but didn't. All I know is there's been one player who's dominated so far today. It's Booga, and Sundown is over on Unreal Island with a breakdown of how he made it to this point.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage. And with one match left in the Fortnite World Cup final, one match to put everything on the line, the Sentinels player, Booga, has dominated the entire competition. He said from the very beginning, I don't care what's going on. I'm going to do me. I'm going to challenge every single player. I'm going to play aggressively. I'm going to look to get in their faces, get in the end game. The player who qualified from the start made a name for himself after the host and continuing. Let's take a look at some of his eliminations and how he's been able to build himself a 15-point lead.
Chichi le casse-couille.
Of the best in the world, and he's doing it by intelligent rotation, getting to the far side of the zone, and then hitting his shots. Kid, Bugga says, bring the rest of the
ouais, je sais. Quatrième c'est Sky et cinquième c'est Nate. Deux français, au moins dans le classement.
Ouais, au moins, ouais. Bugga chooses his spots when to go. He knows when he needs to hold off. He needs to be safe for a second, and when he can go aggressive.
Ah mais attends, mais il y a un micro horrible, c'est chier là. Mais gros, frère, va jouer toi aussi contre des joueurs pro. Mais moi les droits s'il te plaît, Finichi. Mais je crois que c'est le seul pro ou quoi? Mais ta gueule, frère, t'es en train de construire partout. Mets-moi les droits s'il te plaît, Finichi. Parce que Chichi il est en train de construire là. Parce que Chichi construit. Il a construit là où il y a toutes les portes. Et il a construit là où il y a toutes les portes. Bah ouais, bah tu construis pas quand même. Bah vas-y, lâche. Infinity, mets-moi les droits s'il te plaît. Bah les couilles. Oh, il a refait comme... Vas-y, chichi, casse pas les couilles, s'il te plaît.
Great stuff, Sundown. Gotta tell the story of how our player in first place has made it this far. Again, we
Chichi commence pas à me gaver parce que je te jure que je vais te déco. Tu veux vraiment essayer?
All comes down to this. Millions and millions played online. Only 200 qualified for the Fortnite World Cup Finals. And this is the last game.
Mets-moi les droits, s'il te plaît.
The battle bus has launched one more time. The Fortnite World Cup Finals ends right here.
Tu peux me les mettre ou pas, Infinity?
Attention, il va le lancer, il va le faire.
Ah, je m'en fous.
Il est ici là.
Mais ouais, mais moi j'ai pas les droits, je peux rien faire moi. Non mais même le droit, Infinity.
Tu sais rien, tu connais pas la map.
Oui, non mais ça va, tu peux mettre les droits.
Dis, il lance les jeux après qu'il le fasse.
Oh, je m'en fous de rager.
Average placement thus far of 25th.
Pourquoi tu mets des tableaux?
Only 8 eliminations with 30 points. Enough to put him in 3rd place thus far.
Oui.
Thing to remember yesterday, Zate and Saf held on to the lead. The first 5 games.
Moi du coup tu peux me mettre les droits ou pas, Infinity?
Booga has been in the lead for all 5 games. He has never lost the first place spot. Will he suffer the same fate? Or can he close it out right here to remain our Fortnite World Champion?
Mets-moi les droits s'il te plaît. Mais t'es sérieux ou quoi? Est-ce que la dernière fois j'ai fait n'importe quoi sur ta map? Je crois que je suis un enfant ou quoi? Mais frère, je suis plus petit que ton ex, je parie. À quel âge ton ex? Hein?
Can't wait for him to get home.
On met les droits sur Infinity. Ouais voilà, je suis plus petit. Bon Infinity, mets-moi les droits s'il te plaît.
Comment tu vas? Salut Viros. Bienvenue à vous les gars. Bienvenue à tout le monde l'équipe.
Ouais, je suis bloqué. Oh, Infinity!
Ouais, 2 secondes, 2 secondes, 2 secondes.
4 to go down in this match is Skype.
Bon, 30 secondes.
Wow, so a little bit of pressure already gone from that top spot.
Merci.
Soit essayer d'être un peu et surtout au début,
code créateur, chichi. Aya, comment il a mis code créateur, chichi?
Chichi, au début, tu mets bien ma chaîne, t'as vu, avec tu vois.
Il a mis code créateur, chichi.
Ah, vas-y, lui aussi, c'est un du cerveau. Abouti pas fini.
Just kind of building, walling against any pressure from Zate. Doesn't want to get caught on rotation. Single out that gold combat very early. That's a very solid pickup to start this match. Single shockwave remaining. Grenade launcher, drum gun in hand as well.
I mean, talk about a great starting inventory. Swap on over. Blaster in a fight. Set pressure plan. No player nearby, only at 73 HP, but again, when you're in this far into the tournament, you kind of get to a point where you just gotta go for it. You gotta just force an engagement.
Oh, t'es un gamin, pipi caca. Et ça te fait rire.
Ça va ou quoi, mon frère? Je suis pas ton frère déjà, Destiny. Mais oui, ça va, tranquillou. Ouais, j'aimerais bien l'Heroes. J'aimerais bien ça soit moi en bas, t'as vu? J'aimerais trop, t'as vu, ça soit moi. Voilà, je serais trop fort. En vrai, je ferais des parties perso, la tête de ma mère, je regarderais tous les jours. Tous les jours. Même pas qu'est-ce que ma gueule. Essaye d'être plus inventif, s'il te plaît.
Roll all the way down. Looks like no engagement gonna happen here.
Moi, je le fais.
Yarkos, Ledwicki, 2 players
non,
that
je fais
faced off
celui-là,
against
les
each
gars.
other a number
Ça y est,
of
je l'ai déjà
times
fait.
to go for the wall. And in fact, get it, gets the angle inside and pushes on through. A solid aggressive play. Pick up his first elimination of Game 6.
Very clean, and that will end Yarko's Fortnite World Cup run. Solid performance earlier on. We'll see where he stacks up with the rest of this lobby when it's all said and done. Reminder, this is our final game here tonight. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get it trending, just like yesterday. Alongside the millions of people watching online. Sam, who was our player as well, near the top of the leaderboards. What can he do in this last game? Can he make the trend to try to catch up to Booga, who was 15 points ahead in first.
1v1. And angled down through a handful of edits here at Mega Mall. He's going to push around the side and try and make his way inside Mall itself. Pika earned 12 of his total points in just the last match, and I think that says a lot about what is possible.
Les gars, faut arrêter de vous prendre.
In 11th place when we rolled into this game, Pika trying to find a way inside, pushing down through the outside. Does in fact get the wall replace. Are you kidding me?
Grosse balle de pompe qu'il a mis dans ta gueule.
To get down the wall, the player
Bien sûr, je l'ai vu. Bien sûr, je regarde moi. Il s'est fait exploser la gueule.
He does just that. Pika, full HP, 2 slurp juices, 6 minis. Very good assault rifle, the shotgun, but it looks like the aggression doesn't end here. Wall instantly broken. Pyramid's placed as well. And he can just continue to play these box fights. Really use the shockwave to try to drop down his opponent again. Said it once.
Il s'est fait éclater la nuque. Là j'ai peur parce que attends, il y a Kinstar en fait un méga molle.
A little sparse in terms of loot. He's trying to track Kinstar on the outside, rotating around the edge of.
D'ailleurs, il se bat là, Kinstar. Ils sont en fight. Ils vont se fight.
Gonna end up on top of each other before you know it. Oh my gosh. Floor loot. Okay. A heavy sniper rifle.
And another slurp.
C'est Kinstar là, on porte juste ce jeu là, ça c'est tellement bien.
He's looking for it.
It's like Batman.
See him watching.
He's waiting.
Dropping on in, does use those audio cues to try and track down the opponent underneath. Opts to back out of the fight for just a second. Get a different angle. Pika's awareness inside Mega Mall is insane. Knowing exactly where his opponents are and exactly when to push. Already picked him 1 elimination using those skills. Gonna see if he can find a second player in the slip.
J'ai pas compris qu'est-ce que tu m'as dit, Yoros.
Oh, and he can't quite connect.
Elle tapait avec son
cul. In this arena if he hits that shot.
He
dabs after it. And he dabs after it. He's like, all right, this is
Il a tué Kinstar là?
But Jay, the only remaining
Non.
in the Mega Ball area.
Il a vraiment mis la balle là? Il avait pas fait attention, j'ai.
Slurp still inside, so Pika knows if he gets in a fight.
Bah oui, regarde.
Get the elimination.
Nique ta mère.
Go grab another. Don't think that's gonna happen yet. Shift our focus. There's Booga.
Non, il l'a pas tué, il l'a pas tué. Non, il l'a pas tué, il l'a pas tué.
Vas-y, sois plus inventif. Une main à côté de la mienne.
Edges there, Lalio. Quite a bit. A ton of damage taken. Meanwhile, back at that small town in the southwest corner of the map.
Enlève-moi ça là, allez là.
Arkram.
Sois plus inventif.
Non, il l'a pas tué.
Most likely, honestly, round 6 of these two facing off the beginning of these games.
Ça peut être en rapport avec la World Cup aussi.
The storm right on their backs. Things are going to start moving here in a middle battle, but these two decide to fight it out right now. He phased through the floor. Could have opted to go up. Misses the shot.
Si, il faut pas mettre des trucs de la World Cup, on a dit.
On
ne dit pas des trucs de la World Cup. C'est chier. Pour chier, faut pas mettre des trucs de la World Cup. Regarde, il a mis un graphe de la World Cup. Non, arrête. Je l'enlève, hein. J'ai même le camouflage aussi de la World Cup. Enfin, pas celui qu'il y a dans la boutique. Non, même pas celui qu'il y a dans la boutique. Celui que tu gagnes.
Have to imagine that almost every 1v1 between these two has played out so complexly. If we're watching this right now, I guarantee you this is not the first time we've seen it. What a shot, a quick flip and edit on the ramp.
It's cat and mouse. It's literally cat and mouse in this fight.
This is one of the most insane 1v1s I think I've ever seen. 64 HP remaining. Bandy's gonna have to back all the way to the top. Maybe the campfire down. Just a second gets dropped in. Gonna have to wall against that. The ramp to save him.
Il va crever
One
lui.
chance for the minis. He's gonna wall off still back and forth between these
Le
two
Chinois,
guys. The campfire goes down. As soon as that wall edit happens, the ramp inside just to prevent any push from the opponent. Apart from finding another angle, might be the only option at this point. The campfire though is going to have dealt a lot of HP back to Baney.
Là, je sais pas c'est qui, j'ai pas vu. Ah, l'autre,
Here we go, pressure up top and
random.
gosh, the pyramid block. Finally, the storm deciding it's time.
Ah, tu vois, je dis quoi, le chinois il allait le tuer. C'était obligé.
Hey, great fight though, man. That was insane. That went on for a full 2 minutes. I love that we got to keep our eyes on that, but moving across the map now, it's Pika. We were complimenting so much on how
du coup, lui, il a pas tué King.
Non, 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 King est toujours en vie. King s'est barré. Après, je vais te dire où il est, King. Attends.
Push Pika away for a moment or make him reassess what he's doing. Maybe a miss. It looked like he didn't really mean to do that.
Ah ouais?
Some sort of aggressive stance soon. A minute on this storm before it closes. He's not in the next safe zone. Rogue Shark on your feet, picking up an Elim. We're down to 68 players remaining.
Y'a personne là pour l'instant qui. Tout à l'heure il y avait plein de monde sur les POV de Kinstar et là je vois pas. Non, non, sinon il est toujours en vie Kinstar. Normalement, il est toujours en vie.
This is the speed of these players. This is some insane stuff. This is why they're here at the World Cup. Can't quite hit the shot. He did a reset, took the other corner out.
Je t'ai rien enlevé, ferme ta gueule, t'es sérieux ou quoi? Mais j'ai rien fait hein.
Big hit there down to 16 HP.
And he's got no mats. He's got 2 total builds. So with the zone pushing as well, this looks like it's got to be a Shadow Bomb play. Pika is actually going to dive into the zone to make his path a little bit less predictable. Will take the long route. 10 health, he's got a launch pad. I'm going to tell you right now, Pika is not happy. Yeah, you see him kind of sigh right there. Uses both Shadow Bombs. Uses all the materials he has. Really can only build one wall, can't even box up for safety. Uses one of his launch pads to... Not a fun spot.
Pourquoi t'as mis des trucs de zombies?
What the fuck? Does have minis. He's got a campfire in case he wants to put it down. I think the fear at this point is if he puts that campfire down, it's like a signal flare for anybody around. This is the box to push. Meanwhile, Tifu, Dusty Divot flying across, landing near more opponent builds potentially. Back down, shots at the target he was right next to. He's in this box alone. You see in the mini-map, a handful of players around Dusty Divot. Clicks, reverse, Bizzle you see in the top. Pretty far out there.
And Clicks is actually, one of his trio partners. Previous trio cup that happened. They're fighting each other right now. Trying to make his way out of here. He's not in zone yet. He used his launch pad. He did use his last shock bait, remember, as well. There is some loot nearby.
Ah, mais il y a Tefu aussi.
Player challenging team who's going to back up for the moment and rebox.
Je savais pas qu'il était qualifié lui en solo. Il était pas en duo mais solo ouais.
Et normalement Chichi il est arrivé 101ème.
Sur quoi?
Bah faut se qualifier, c'est-à-dire là, une place pris il aurait été qualifié.
Mais non, c'est les 4ème. Pas dans les top 4.
Lui il est sur les 100 joueurs.
Qu'est-ce que je raconte? Mais jamais de la vie t'aurais été qualifié. Il fallait dans les top 4 pendant les 10 week-ends. Jamais de la vie, tu te qualifies, je me qualifie facile alors. Hein. Même Affinity se qualifie, hein. Même Doudou se qualifie. Non, Doudou quand même pas.
Je me respecte pas avec Doudou.
One box away from an opponent. 54 HP, needs to perfectly edit one of these walls and get a shot down range. You see his opponent not sitting still for any moment. He expects him to drop it, and that's exactly what happens. He's finding the patterns and how his opponent likes to play these box fights.
Ah, mais y'a pas de Dogby, qu'est-ce que tu racontes? Dogby il était au Pro-M. Dogby il était au Pro-M.
go for the reset on the floor.
Eh, s'il te plaît, Perception, viens voir comment il a écrit.
He's gonna hold the edit on this pyramid. He's looking for a chance
C'est
to
où?
push Marquis. If one arises, we'll have to see.
Arrive, arrive.
Snazy's hope may be catch him off guard. There we go. Here's the shadow bomb, gonna rotate up and away.
C'est où là?
Redeploy and try
Ah,
and
t'es
make
là.
his way into the safe zone.
C'est où qu'il a marqué? Faites attention. Brrr.
Get a couple shots, player inside
Elle a fini dessus, t'es sérieux?
right next to him. The edit through and Rogue Shark sets the trap and gets him.
Ok, vas-y, regarde sur internet comment on écrit descend.
Elimination 62 builds. Sit on 2 shadow bombs.
Juste regarde, s'il te plaît. T'as mis 2 S déjà. Ouais.
See here the very north.
Bah non, fais-le bien.
Underneath the plateau of Dusty Divot. First down there as well, T2 on the edge. Astonish, Speed, Zate. So many players stacked up near each other. And oftentimes,
Et déjà c'est pas haine.
utilizing the already built structures, they're easy wall replaces. No surprise. Popped up next to each other.
looks great, but he just doesn't have a lot of ammo.
Il y a TFU qu'on convie, mais nous on s'en bat les couilles, nous on veut voir les FR.
Nous on veut voir Kingstar.
Kingstar ou Skate.
Allez,
Great spot for late game. 7 RPGs.
Osso et Bad Sniper sont... Et là pour l'instant il n'y a que Skate et Vato hein, qui ont pris des sous. Hein.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final game of the
Ouais,
solo
bah hier il
competition.
n'y a que Skate et Vato, oui mais ils ont pris des sous
It
déjà.
literally all comes down to this.
5 players will become millionaires right after this game.
3 millions. Il prend 150 exactement. Il prend 150 millions exactement.
They just took down.
Les duos ils partagent les sous en deux, genre les 3 millions ils partagent en deux.
He wants to make sure he makes some points, and there it comes.
Tu marques un truc qui a un rapport avec la...
Right, this is one of those moments where you're just thinking, Ben, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. Looks like he'll make it on through one team.
TFU il est trop chaud.
Past the windows of opponents, gonna land on top of the second structure. Somebody underneath. Start layering up 86 builds. Still has another launch pad. Has a boogie just in case. Maybe a baller rolls past close enough. He can boogie the player directly out of it. Try and pick up that elim, jump in the baller and roll away. Even in a clutch situation, the boogie bomb can give you an opportunity for a free shotgun shot.
Vas-y.
The loadout here, look at this. 2 campfires, 10 redeploys, 2 shotguns, 6 minis,
regardez bien,
no
faites gaffe
medium
au
ammo,
piège,
Jack.
regardez bien parce qu'il y a un passage.
When the Fortnite World Cup qualifier started, Booga qualified in League 1, in NA, in first place. From the moment Fortnite World Cup started, he finished atop the North America region. And now in another spot again where it can happen, and he's just dancing up top. He knows really this is his to take unless someone has legitimately the best performance ever in the history of a Fortnite competitive game. Booga should be our Fortnite World Champion.
Et je vois aucun français. Ah je crois que je l'ai vu mais je suis pas sûr. Il y a DRG. Oui mais on s'en fout si... Faut que ce soit des francophones qui soient dans le classement.
Il y a Benji.
Non, Benji on s'en bat les couilles ça. C'est pas un français. Il y a mon Graal aussi. Non. Non. C'est un américain. Et bien c'est pas un francophone.
C'est un francophone.
Mais vas-y toi, oh là là, c'est toi t'es handicapé hein.
Ouais.
Booga's still in this game. What he needs right now, Booga to go down, and he needs 5 more limbs and a victory royale, but no! No!
Alors moi j'assume tout. C'est fait tuer par qui? Par Zate. Non, c'est Nate le francophone. Ballot.
Il parle français.
T2 on your screen here. 3 eliminations. Still has the launch pad, sitting on a pretty similar loadout. Not a lot has changed as he's waiting, biding his time, looking for eliminations up above the rest, though.
Il aurait dû cacher la consigne avec une grosse balle de pompe. Ça serait passé trop
He's had height, he hasn't had a move in 5 minutes. He's sitting so pretty. Here's that limb that we missed when Sam got taken out. And
are you kidding? Look at him laugh. Look at him absolutely laugh. Quick one tap on Storm on the move.
It's a gift.
Il a 2 kills.
Is it his birthday? Is that about as free as it
Il a
gets?
gagné.
Booga might
Que les gens,
be
ils le rattrapent,
the
il a fait déjà 10
luckiest
points
player
d'écart.
with zone placement I think we've
Ça veut
ever
rien dire.
seen in a
Ah, il a mis
competitive
juste un
Fortnite
21 le
match.
pauvre.
Sitting atop his tower, a castle
Le gars.
of metal, unthreatened.
And he built it with metal earlier, and he just kind of hoped it would work out this way, and it did. He's been sat here for so long. It basically sums up the leaderboard. This is the leaderboard in the game itself. Booga on top, nobody nearby, no threats, nothing. Now with the zone moving, everyone soaring, and this is where it picks up quick, folks. The final moments of the Fortnite World Cup. We're watching Booga. Oh, please. Oh, imagine.
Moi j'ai vu qu'il se fait en bas.
Non, non, pour l'instant on le voit pas. Là je vois Robert.
38 players remaining. Top 25 is when placement starts to come in, and Booga is looking for shots on everybody flying around. Still has that high ground advantage. He is others looking to try and contest it. Benji Fishy moving up as well. Ballers still rotating the low ground. Tifu making his way across. A lot of damage coming in. Only one thing in the inventory.
Ouais, il y a Kingstar. Par contre, je vois pas Skite. Je vois DRG Kingstar. Je vois pas Skite. Il est mort, Skite?
Oui, il a fait un retour de ouf.
Non, fais chier. Il a été tué, il a pris un putain de laser.
30 players remaining. 29. Getting closer and closer. Benji Fishy goes down. Tifu eliminated.
Savage, il est mort. Savage, il est mort.
Tifu, il est mort.
Ouais, je sais. Robot, il est mort. Ouais, c'est Zayt. Robot, il est mort. Benji Fishy aussi, il est mort.
He'll drop on it, pop some minis. King on the top right.
Kinsar, il est où? Kinsar, il est où? Kinsar, il est où?
The guy's an absolute brawler. The 13-year-old should be so proud of how he played.
Je le vois pas là-dedans. Il y a Bizzle. T'imagines que Bizzle, c'est le mec qui s'est qualifié sans armes? Ouais, je sais. C'est le mec qui s'est qualifié sans armes? C'est chaud quand même. C'est trop chaud, moi aussi. Il y a 0 francophone là.
Il y a des
Les Zayt, je t'ai dit que c'était pas un français, guignol. Il a fait la main grave ou quoi, non? Mais je crois que DRG il est pas là. Hein.
Most likely be crowned the best Fortnite player in the world.
I've never seen anybody play in a competitive Fortnite match with a smile on his face like this kid right now, but he is absolutely dominating every single player he's run into thus far. Looking for a shot here with a couple of edits.
Zayt il va prendre des points de sa mère, bâtard. Hein. Duga aussi va prendre des points, il a 4 kills.
He knows it! Absolutely ridiculous.
Avec son skin de la play là.
Unrelenting is Booga. Hasn't dropped out of first since today started. There's all the remaining players.
Putain, ça m'énerve, il faut de la merde.
But he still wants more. 4 limbs in this game.
Non, il reste Trampy. Il reste Trampy.
Il y a trop d'indices.
Non, il y a Cru, en fait, il y a Zayt, il y a Butka, il y a Strampy, il y a 0 francophone.
Yo Reality, comment tu vas?
It's a fight out for the victory royale in game 6 on 1v1.
Ah désolé Reality, c'est juste que tu vois, je sais pas bien
T-Chubb as well back and forth, and it might come down to a heel-off. T-Chubb dropping down those campfires. We'll see here, Brew following it all the way in, and T-Chubb goes down. Brew with the victory royale.
C'était obligé que ce temps.
And the victory royale, the monster performance at the end of it. That could have just secured him hundreds of thousands of dollars, maybe even over $1 million by just that
oui,
game
mais
right there with how he does.
La zone a fait du G, c'est mis 2 feux de con. Un putain d'américain encore.
makes him your Fortnite World Champion, Booga! $3 million richer, the biggest individual prize victory in competitive gaming history. Millions watching online, and folks, he didn't narrowly win. He absolutely took the best Fortnite lobby in history.
Un putain d'américain, mais t'as vu ce que je souhaite, c'est juste qu'il y ait au moins Skype, mais Skype je crois pas. S'il a fait un retour lobby dès le début de game.
Ah si, il y a un moyen qu'il a pris des points quand même, hein.
Il était quatrième, hein, il était quatrième, hein. Il n'avait pas beaucoup de points, hein. C'est qu'est-ce qu'il a fait lui.
And that's what it's all about. Booga hasn't moved, as we'll probably need security to get him to leave this arena. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up again for Booga, your new Fortnite World Champion.
Là, tu l'as rappelé la machine, là, tu l'as rappelé la machine YouTube.
We have casted almost every single major Fortnite event up to this point, Dr. Lupo. I have never, ever seen a performance come close to that. So far and away, the winner that literally, them backstage didn't even have to calculate it. It was done.
Immediate. Normally, folks, we do have to wait a minute or two, and they need to triple check. They went right to it. It was absolutely. The trophy presentation, by the way, is coming up very soon. But Jack, Booga from game 1, a 19-point victory royale to start the entire thing all the way to the finish.
He nearly doubled.
Oh, c'est bon, il est point confirmé. Skype Night.
59
points.
One of the most dominant performances in competitive gaming history. Second, congratulations to Sam, who beats out Epic Whale by 1 point to earn $1.8 million. Epic Whale, Creo, Skype, Nate, Fatch, and then on top 20. Rux, T-Chub, Mongrel, Stompy, Dubs, Pika, Bellow, Blitz, Peter Pan, and Commandment. $112,500 or more earned. But as always, congratulations to everyone who made it this far out of the biggest stage, the Fortnite World Cup Finals.
Absolutely ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. From myself and Courage JD, the opportunity to cast the Fortnite World Cup could not have happened without you. But this isn't our show, Jack. We absolutely need to pass it off. If you could, please, Golden Boy, take it away.
I got you covered, fellas. What an incredible ending that was. Welcome to the winner's circle. Your Fortnite World Champion, Booga!
Allez, hop, tu dis défale.
Ladies and gentlemen, this cup is yours. One more time, your world champion, Booga!
Hey, tu vois, il avait posé un marshmallow.
Oh man, I won't lie, I have a tear in my eye for you, bro. Congratulations. I'm just gonna ask the most generic question in the world. How do you feel right now?
Words can't even explain it right now. I'm just so happy. Everything I've done, the grind, it's all paid off, and it's insane.
So the last game I noticed you changed it up a little bit. You decided to change your drop spot. At what point in that game did you know that you locked it up?
Well, pretty much. I got to center zone after getting like a llama, so it was pretty much just sealed from there. I don't know. Yeah.
Now, I know that you have some family here today. They're right there. Who you playing for here, bud?
My whole family, man. Sentinels.
And finally, you know what? I don't even think we need to say anything else. Give it up one more time. Your champion of the world, Booga! Let's get the whole team out here. Let's get everybody. I want everyone in this stadium one more time. Put your hands together for this young man. He just made history. History. $3 million in prizing. The greatest Fortnite player in the world, hands down. There is not even a question.
Vas-y, change.
Non, lui, il est trop bien.
And for all of us here in Arthur Ashe Stadium, we want to thank you all so much for joining us on this incredible journey. This has been the Fortnite World Cup Finals. This has been not only our event, not only his event, but your event as well. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on the battle bus.
Et là, je peux pas écrire parce que je peux.
This is what it's all about. The Fortnite World
Ouais, mais t'imagines, le gars, il avait 59 points.
J'écris quoi ce qu'il faut là?
100 players. The battle bus is loaded. It is time. The shots coming in. No elimination yet for the first game victory royale. Oh my gosh. By that sword, someone's going to be above him. He's still doing an elimination onto Skype. He's still holding position. Don't test the high ground, but he dives in front of him and does. Victory royale. King wants to jump into your box. It's his box now. We have some great players still left in this game, but Mongrel with 4 eliminations is looking for number 5. Going up against a player, it's gonna be Booga. The game 1 winner will not be enough. Quite a bit. He loses a lot of HP. No more builds, but the victory royale goes to the veteran Som. History is about to be made here. He's smiling. He knows it. He knows it. Ridiculous. The final moments of Fortnite World Cup. Oh my gosh. Bow down. Surprise. Bow down. To Booga. Your Fortnite World Champion, Booga.
À ta prochaine destination. Allez, viens.
Dommage.
En fait quoi?
On se branle les
Tu l'as
couilles.
enfin trouvé. Attends de t'envoler.
C'est un best friend?
Non.
C'est un escape game.
Ah, j'ai réussi le premier niveau.
Ah, Gigi, comment tu vas? Mais c'est normal, on n'a pas encore lancé.
Ouais, ça va.
Il y a encore, c'est même pas sûr que tu as réussi le premier niveau. Parce que c'est pas parce que tu as un checkpoint que ça veut dire que c'est le bon.
C'est là où il y a la caisse. Ah non, je me suis perdu. J'ai pas réussi.
Fais-le pas parce qu'après quand tu vas lancer, tu vas te faire lancer.
Viens, Chichi.
Ah.
Ouais, mais ta gueule, tu sais déjà où c'est toi.
Bah, normal, si moi je l'ai fait.
Ah non, faut que je rattrape. Mais t'as pas trop fait de live
Là, tu mais. Tu as vraiment vu.
Il est en live, hein.
Tu as vraiment cru que tu avais fini, mais tu n'as pas fini. Attends, Joe.
Attends, j'ai rien.
C'est normal.
C'est quand que vous avez lancé le jeu?
Là,
Oh putain, on sait pas.
Vous pouvez mettre tes droits?
Non. Ouais, c'est la vie. Beau gosse. Ah, presque, on était pas en même temps. On était pas en même temps.
Vas-y, tiens, regarde.
Tu as vraiment cru que c'était fini, mais c'est l'avant-dernier. Non, attends, enlève c'est l'avant-dernier.
Regarde si c'est bien écrit.
Enlève c'est l'avant-dernier. Déjà, le mais il y a un S, C, il y a un apostrophe et c'est passé.
Ouais, mais
c'est l'avant, il y a un L.
C'est à vous de corriger. Moi, je vous ai écrit ce qu'il y avait à écrire et puis voilà.
Comment ça, c'est à nous de
Bon,
corriger?
l'équipe, en tout cas, ça m'a fait plaisir de vous présenter la World Cup. Moi, je vous dis à demain peut-être. Ou peut-être un nouveau live, on verra bien.
Battez les couilles.
Et en tout cas, GG à Buga. Même si on pensait que les Françaises allaient être là,
non,
mais franchement...
Non, bah les couilles, c'est pas un Français. Pas GG à lui. Ok, t'étais le souper, mais pas GG.